I want to think that too. I don't want to believe it. But that's nothing but our desire. I don't want to believe it. I want it to be impossible, but if it's the truth, then we have to accept it. Now, here we go. Make your argument. Oh, the lockers! Yes. Because they've had lockers in that other...
Memories. I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single class! This is all just...
Jesus!
surreal.
I missed.
Plus, if 2 years have passed...
I know he's been to a class because we found his notes.
Everyone's so conflicted.
We found Hero's notes. He's the only one whose schoolwork we found, but we found Hero's school.
2 years worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single class! This is all just... surreal.
What happened?
Plus, if 2 years
I think I missed
have
again.
passed,
Let's speed it up.
Everyone's so
Speed it up.
2 years.
I screwed that up. I'm sorry.
Hell no! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome... Heck, I've never even gone to a single class! This is all just...
God damn it.
surreal. Plus, how freaking old...
Everyone's so
I know you've been to a... God damn it. I think my aim is just terrible.
We've been living here for... Hell no!
At least I can go fast, I
I
guess.
haven't gone to any awesome school... Heck, I've never even gone to a single...
Got it.
No, that's wrong. Hero, there's something I'd like you to take a look at. This notebook right here.
Huh? Hey, why's my name written on it?
Because it's your notebook, stupid.
I found it in the locker room on the 2nd floor. If you don't mind, could you take a look inside?
Sure, whatever you want. But I've never seen this notebook before in my life.
Wuzza, is something wrong?
It's kinda similar. No, even more than that. This is absolutely my handwriting, without a doubt! But how is this... I don't remember ever writing in this thing! No! No way!
It looks like you actually did attend class here at Hope's Peak. But somehow, you forgot all about it.
Lies! It's all one big lie!
I don't want to believe it either. But there's also no explanation for this pocketbook.
And whose pocketbook is that?
It's mine. And the handwriting inside is also mine. There's no doubt about it. But just like Hero, I have no memory of ever writing in it.
And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memories?
After seeing all the evidence, do you have any choice but to acknowledge the truth?
Isn't it just so desperately dark? The mystery solved, but it's like a goddamn funeral in here! Shit, man! I've never been to a funeral! Hell yes!
2 years of school life. How many moments of blossoming youth have you missed out on? How many fun classes? How many
Fun
school
classes.
events? This was your chance to build lasting friendships, right?
Right?
And on top of that, something tragically sad happened 1 year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Right before everyone's eyes, the world came crashing down. You absorbed all that despair, but then you forgot it all. And once you'd forgotten, you made the choice to subject yourselves to this killing game. Oh, and there's one other thing. To be even more precise, the memories you all lost were...
Actually, never mind. I'm bored. Explaining stuff is boring.
What?
We are bored of this world. Everyone always talks big, declaring all the great things they'll do. But then they always fizzle out. This world is just so desperately fucking boring!
What are you talking about?
Has its moments.
In a way, I'm jealous of all of you. To give yourself over so completely to such stimulating despair.
Yeah, so figure out the rest for yourselves! I'm sick of expositioning all this shit!
Figure out what?
Figure out where your memories come apart. That's at the heart of all of this.
where our memories come apart. Is she talking about the moment we must have lost our memories? I can only think of one time. After I stepped foot in the main hall, we passed out, yeah. When I fainted.
I got it! The moment I lost my memories. I can't think of any time other than that day.
We passed out, we woke up at the desk.
When I first came to the gates of this school and stepped foot in the main hall, when I passed out, I was overcome with a strange sensation.
Wow, you still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh? So I don't know much about the details, but it seems like everyone remembers passing out, right? And your sense of time got all messed up because of the memory loss after that? I guess it must have been something like that.
Stop talking like your bubbles from the Powerpuff Girls.
After I passed out, I woke up in a classroom with my head on the desk. I assumed not much time had passed since I'd collapsed in the main hall.
But it had been 2 years, yeah.
But instead, 2 whole years had gone by.
The reason it felt so short was because our memories of the time in between had been completely removed.
You got it, honey. 2 years of memories? Poof! Gone! Which means, of course...
When everyone met for the first time, it wasn't actually for the first time. Unaware of this fact, you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other, But
by that point, we'd already spent 2 years together at the school.
Yep.
That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
Yep, that's what they reveal. You were all such close friends. You spent 2 years together. And then you started killing each other. And it was all so you could escape into a world that's already been annihilated. What a terribly tragic tale. Even if you left now, there's nothing you could do to fix it.
You're the one who set things up to be like this!
I love you all so much.
What?
Once your school life here began, I thought about you constantly. It's only natural that I would fall in love.
So, since I love you guys so much, I'll tell you all about it.
I think you're sick of expositioning.
All about the idea we came up with as the ultimate despair. Our plan to bring despair to all mankind.
The ultimate despair? All mankind?
Let's go back in time 2 years, okay?
I'm not sure I'm ready to go back in time 2 years. Should I wrap this one up here or should we just keep going? I feel like it's going to be a while still. 41, yeah,
Back to
come
when
on then.
everyone first came to this school.
If it turns out to be really, really long, like over an hour, I'll chop it in half. Otherwise, whatever. Let's just go.
School life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness. Oh boy, it was just the worst. Everyone was enjoying themselves so much. You were all having the time of your lives.
But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year. Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of humanity. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. All too soon, the world's days of peace came to a bloody end. And as you can imagine, the school was no exception. The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination of most of the students.
What are you?
What do you mean?
The most tragic event in human history, and the ultimate despair that caused it. I can't believe it's all because of just you and Mukuro. Was it some kind of organization? An angry mob? An incredibly motivated family?
You have a point. If I had to describe it, I'd say it was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing.
Oh, it always is.
Despair is contagious, you know. It's almost like a natural phenomenon. Everyone is capable of it. And now the entire world has fallen into despair.
In other words, if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world itself.
I just don't understand why.
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway, unrelated to the matter at hand.
Okay, so let's get back to the story.
Whoa, what a shift.
Hope's Peak had taken so much damage. You guys were the only survivors. The members of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy were the only ones left.
And then, something super neat happened! Now pay attention, because this is important, and I'm only gonna say it once! So guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, Hope's Peak was transformed into a shelter! That's right! It was transformed into a shelter! Ah! I said it twice!
Now, someone was responsible for that transformation, for creating what would eventually become your prison.
The headmaster.
Do any of you know who that might have been?
The one who turned Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolated us here.
I got it!
Obviously.
It would only have been the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. He wanted to turn the school into a shelter to try and protect us. To protect us from the despair and tragedy taking place outside. That's why he asked us to make that promise, to say that we were willing to live in this school forever.
We believe he had something like that in mind, yes. If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start.
Yeah, the headmaster put that much faith in you.
And because we had that same hope, that's why we all agreed to live here forever.
But creating the shelter was also his single biggest mistake. It's laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea. He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school. So what was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe became a cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair.
Cool.
I have to say, it really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time.
By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows, the doors, all the exits. Under the headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep.
You mean we trapped ourselves in here?
Of course.
And then you forgot all about it and started bitching about how you were trapped in here.
Once you'd finished building your little shelter, it was time for me and Mukuro to get to work. And thus began the killing game.
Me and Mukuro had come here, spending the last
Your constant
2
shifting
years
of tone
waiting
and
for that
emotion
moment.
is really jarring. Stop it.
That moment where you all began killing each other served as the climax of our global despair plan.
And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so that you could be a part of it.
You only let us live so we could go around killing each other? Is that what you're saying?
Why? Why would you do that?
Because this was so much more than a simple high school death match. Rather, it was a method to hunt down and destroy every last remaining speck of hope in the world.
What are you saying?
Well, it would seem that there's a little bit left out there. A few souls unwilling to give up hope. So I thought I should show them, which is why
Well, why don't you tell me?
What did the mastermind do to show everyone in the outside world? That was... crap. I don't know. What word are we looking for? Hack. Hijack. Hijack the TV stations, the
Now I
airwaves.
understand. You're talking
glad
about
there was-
you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
I'm glad there were so many letters already filled in because I didn't know that word was going to come up.
that's exactly what I'm talking about. To show the world the murders taking place at this school, which was meant to be a symbol of hope.
That was the whole point of the ultimate despair. When I said climax, that was what I was talking about. The world watched as you fell into despair and began to kill each other one after another. Despair is as contagious as any disease. Any hope left turns to despair.
Isn't the power
yes.
of television just amazing?
Come on, man, we moved on from television. It's all about YouTube now.
By the way, since we started broadcasting, a whole bunch of people have tried to come and rescue you.
Are you serious?
I can't remember the last time I turned on a television and watched television on it.
But utilizing the heavy weaponry I installed around the school grounds, I had no problem expelling them.
You expelled them?
I have to thank you all. They were a relentless bunch, refusing to give up on hope and trying to force their beliefs on the world. But in the end, I was able to give them the final despair. Death.
So you just used us? To bring despair to everyone in the outside world?
Well, sure, but I also gave you a second chance at life, right? So it's like, give and take.
Give and take? You're so full of shit!
Oh, Makoto, calm down. Whew.
And there's a reason I chose you guys to survive when all the other students were dropping like flies. I mean, we built up 2 years of memories together. You were all my treasured classmates.
Sorry, that's a lie. I just figured you'd despair even more when you found out a friend had betrayed you.
No.
And that's the truth, which is what you wanted, right? So, does it make you feel utterly lost and hopeless? You solved the mystery, but despair at the truth, right?
Don't tell me. Did you seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery?
And if we did, then what? Our final desire for creating this world of despair was so we could experience one last class trial. If you were bold enough to solve the mystery, only to discover that the truth was utterly hopeless, how would you react? What would you do?
See? Discovering the truth doesn't necessarily lead to a sense of hope.
Hey, if we solve all the mysteries, you die, so I'm hopeful.
Truth can be full of despair, too. Like right fucking now.
Truth full of despair.
Not to mention, all those motives I talked about were totally meaningless. I mean, with the world having ended and all.
Meaningless? Then we've been murdering each other for nothing?
And think about it. You chose to lock yourselves up here, then started murdering each other to get out.
We weren't just random strangers either. We were classmates. We'd spent 2 years together.
No, even I can't laugh at that.
We get it. We get it, okay? You're totally awesome, right? We get it already. So help us. I'll do anything. Just help me.
Oh, Hero, you're always so pathetic.
A peasant begging for his life? Oh, how delightful! We've never witnessed such a travesty firsthand.
But I'm sorry to say, begging doesn't work on me. All I want is despair, and there's no reason for it. And since there's no reason, there's no argument against it. There's just no understanding it. No argument, no understanding. What better definition of ultimate despair could there be?
Wanker?
Wait, hold on. You've just been going on about whatever you feel like, but there's no real reason for us to believe anything you have to say.
Huh?
You say the world's fallen apart, but I haven't seen it for myself, so I don't acknowledge it. I don't accept it as the truth.
Until you see it with your own eyes. Truth and falsehood overlap one another. In other words, you're not unlike Schrodinger's cat right now. Is that what you're saying? If so, what then?
Are you saying you won't accept the truth until you can go outside and see for yourself? Well, you better not. You go out into that world and you're all goners for sure. Trust me, I'm not lying about any of this.
Well, even if it's all true, I refuse to give in. I refuse to lose to you for the sake of everyone you've killed.
Huh? Everyone I've killed? What are you talking about? You're the ones who killed them.
I didn't kill anyone. I simply gave you a little nudge in the right direction.
You did so. You killed Makuro.
And that's all it took for you to start killing each other. You're nothing but bloodthirsty animals.
And none of us here killed anyone.
That's why anyone was murdered here, peasant.
Say what you want about hope, but we're all creatures of instinct, right? Despair comes naturally.
Hell yes! That's funny as shit!
No! This isn't just some game to us. It's murder! Plain and simple. You stole our memories. Invented reasons for us to do it. You pushed us all into a corner. It's all your fault!
You certainly have a talent for passing the buck, don't you? That must be your hope, huh? But we don't have much time left to keep up this banter. We have to draw things to a close soon.
I agree.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the vote, of course. You didn't forget about that little rule, did ya? Oh, and also, since this'll be the last vote, I decided to change the rules.
What?
You guys so full of hope, and me so full of despair. I've decided to have you vote which one will be punished.
You, obviously.
If even one of you votes to punish Hope, well then, I'll consider that a win for me, and punish everyone on the side of Hope.
Even if it's just one person?
Oh, but don't worry, I won't be voting, of course.
Even if you don't, you've still got the upper hand in all this!
It's okay. Nobody would actually vote to kill themselves, right?
Oh, let me just mention one more thing. When I win to punish you guys, you'll have to stay here till you grow old and die. No fighting, no killing. That's your punishment.
What?
I mean, we'd
have to just live here?
She's saying she'll let us live.
If you're not happy with that, then go ahead and punish me. And make your way to the outside world.
Enter a world fallen from grace, where only despair exists, where you'd likely be dead within a day.
What are you saying? So no matter what, we're doomed.
Wait a sec! I just got hit with an inspiration bomb! Dying of old age is boring as shit, right? The audience at home isn't gonna dig that at all! So, here's what'll happen. One of you will get to experience an instant, super impressive punishment!
What? You can't just...
Do you mean to say you'll execute one of us?
And I get to decide who's gonna have to suck it down! Makoto, you're up!
Me? Yeah, you've been acting up, causing all kinds of trouble. I hate you!
So let me make this clear. Everyone has two choices in front of them. If a single person votes for Hope to be punished, then only Makoto will receive a harsh punishment, and the rest of you will live here in peace.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
What I'm saying is, if you sacrifice Makoto, the rest of you will get to live out your lives.
Sacrifice me? But that's...
Has your resolve softened? Have you lost confidence? Are you afraid of being punished? Don't you have faith in your friends?
No! That's not it!
It's okay. You're right to be afraid. It would seem all of those around you have realized the futility of going against me.
Guys?
Not Genocide Jill, she seems fun.
beautiful. Your lovely faces, eroded by despair, have come together as one.
Besides, Yoko, you could never betray your father, could you?
What?
I mean, the headmaster's only wish was that all of you would survive, right? That's why he tried to trap you all
Whoops.
here after all. The least you can do is try to honor your dead father's wishes.
Are you done talking yet, Junko?
Kyoko!
One person's despair is enough to seal your fate. Isn't that just the most hopeless outcome ever?
So, who do you think's gonna give in? Whose despair is gonna sign your death warrant?
No one. Nobody's gonna give in to despair! We're not gonna lose to you!
So boring. Stubborn till the very end, huh? Well, that's fine. Then let's just hurry up and get it over with. It's time for the final vote. Everything will come to an end. Your stupid hope. And your stupid life!
Final vote. This is it, the ultimate confrontation. I have to show everyone. I have to make them remember. I have to convince them not to give up. To live in despair. That's not really living at all. Crap.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
I don't know what to do with all this.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab. If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
Meh.
You don't care anyway.
All of you will have to leave.
I don't know what
You'll have to go into the world
work with.
outside, where only death and despair are waiting.
Keep going.
So,
I need to hear it all.
What are you gonna do?
I have no idea.
Will you just die? Is that what you want?
There's no hope left in the world when you sleep. It's on the bed of despair. The world is in despair. You are in despair. If I don't do something, everyone's going to be consumed by despair. Oh crap, I'm dying. You claim there's no hope left in the world, but if despair is contagious like you say, then so is hope. I'll use my own hope to plant the seeds of hope inside everyone else.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If
I don't know
were
what to do.
die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy. By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know.
Holy crap, I think I get it.
The only reason we're okay in here
Is thanks to the
Alright, skip.
If I die, in other words, the communal life you've all of you will have to. You'll have to go into the world outside. So,
I think I get it.
Will you just die?
Yeah, I'm gonna take another heart. That's okay, I think I just figured out what we're meant to do.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
That's what we
If I were
needed.
to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
Don't lose hope now.
All my fortune-telling senses are telling me not to leave this place. But to live means moving forward, right? So even if it's hard, even if we're scared, we don't have any choice, do we? I want to keep on living. I want to open the next door. There must be something new waiting for me. So that's why, no matter what, I need to get out of here. The whole fortune-telling thing doesn't matter anymore. What matters is my own gut feelings.
We won't give up.
Alright,
As long
now we
as
need to
there's
do it
hope,
again.
We'll never give up.
If
Alright.
I were to die,
I was down to 3 hearts. Thought we were gonna
that
die.
would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
Yes. That's my boy.
By the way, the air
That's my
outside
idiot.
is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab.
Blah, blah, blah.
Don't lose hope now.
I've been thinking about all this, and I was thinking, at a time like this, what would Sakura do?
Excellent point.
You only get stronger by taking adversity by the horns. Confront that thorny path with enthusiasm. That sounds like something she'd say, right? No. I think that's definitely what she'd say, which is why Yeah! I've made up my mind!
We won't give up.
Here we go.
As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end. By the way, the only reason is thanks to the say whatever you want. If I die, the purifiers will. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an meh.
Don't lose hope now.
I don't care either way. I'm fine with whichever one is more interesting. Actually, I may not look like it, but I always hated school. Hell, no matter how I look, still hate it. Oh, but no matter what, Master has to come along with us.
We won't give up.
Alright, now we just need
As long as there's
Byakuya.
hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end. By the way, the only reason is thanks to the say whatever you want. If I die, in other words, the communal life you've all. I can keep on living. All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside.
Don't lose hope now.
What's the matter? You're not actually trying to encourage me, are you? Ridiculous.
Your face is ridiculous.
It never even crossed my mind that I might give in to despair. But don't misunderstand me. I couldn't care in the slightest what happens to you. I just have to keep my word. I swore I would end the life of the Mastermind. Besides, the Togami family isn't dead, because I'm still alive. So until I can restore the Togami family and bring it greater glory than it's ever known,
We won't give up.
Glad to know you're a total dick
As
still.
long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
You see Kyoko now.
That would be the end. By the way, the only reason is thanks to the say whatever you want. If I die, in other words, the communal life you've all. I can keep on living. All of you will have to go into the world outside.
I already said I would claim the map.
So, will you just die?
Don't lose hope now.
Kyoko can't lose hope, come on. She's Kyoko.
I didn't really know my father, so I can't pretend to know what he was thinking. But even if we're just connected by blood, there's one thing I am sure of. He would never want us to abandon Makoto and choose to stay here. I can't explain why exactly. But if I'm sure of anything, I'm sure of that. Just because we don't actually know anything. Does that mean we can't understand? Could it be that... No, never mind. So, Makoto, I don't think you wound up at this school because you had good luck or bad luck. I think you came here for a different reason entirely.
The ultimate hope, right?
You came here to bring down the ultimate despair. You came here to confront despair without ever giving up. And if that's true, I think we could call you the ultimate hope. What do you
Or the ultimate naive person.
What the hell are you?
The ultimate hope.
So uncool. Your stupid faces, the stupid things you've said, the stupid way you all treat each other. It's all so uncool, so unhip. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up!
We've changed personalities a little.
Lame.
I'm not any kind of elite anything. Hope isn't a talent you develop, but still. But I still... Here we go. Oh, okay. We got 3 hearts. Don't fuck it up.
What do you want?
So uncool. You dare to stand against us?
Hope is a joke.
Who are you?
Your idiocy ends here.
You're gross. Suffer from despair. I just love despair. You suck. What do you want? So uncool. You're unbearable. Hope is a joke.
Who are you?
Would you like to die?
You're gross.
It's so fast.
Suffer from despair.
Everything is pointless.
Suffer from despair.
This is too much. I can't do this.
Despair.
Despair into
Hope keeps on going.
Hey, we only lost a heart. Jeez, I thought I was getting wrecked out there.
I refuse to give up. I refuse to get bored. I refuse to throw it all away. I refuse to despair. Because all I have going for me is the desire to keep moving forward.
going on? What's happening?
Hey, we did it! Come on, give us that solid C rank. Actually, we've been doing alright recently. Looks like an A again. Ooh, yeah, that's an A. I'll take an A. 122.
It looks like we've reached the end. I think it may be time to vote.
We just gotta pull the lever, right?
Hit the lever.
I'm ready to go.
Let's put an end to these trials. Put an end to the killing with our own hands.
Yeah, there's only one more killing to be done. There is. Let's get the hell out of here. Well, I hope it's an exciting execution.
Indeed.
You've lost, Junko.
Lost?
I lost? Me? No way.
That's just...
It can't be. You still don't accept it? Even the ultimate despair herself is vulnerable to the onslaught of despair, it would seem.
What the heck?
And there's no use trying to fight it now.
That's just... totally the best! So
Huh?
this is despair.
We came to this school 2 years ago, created our incredibly detailed plan. I even killed my own sister
And
for it.
now I...
To come this far and fail at the very end?
Despair.
It's the most ultimate despair. What are you talking
And
about?
now I...
Don't you see? I was so hopelessly desperate. I was bored of the world the moment I was born. That's why I've been looking forward to this so desperately, this once-in-a-lifetime experience. This is my first and last colossal despair, here at the moment of death. They have the chance to taste of the highest grade despair, the utter failure of my
True
dreams.
Despair.
I'm so hopelessly happy right now. Wait, is she enjoying this?
Anyway,
Are you prepared to admit defeat? You think I care whether I won or lost? Either way, it doesn't change a thing. Outside is only despair, inside is only despair. No matter where you go, despair awaits you. That's not true.
Possible.
You're wrong.
Don't make
Huh?
me repeat myself.
Let me tell you this right now, we no longer fear despair.
Okay.
Because you've decided to enter the outside world with hope. Yeah, Makoto totally seduced us over to his side. You can stay here. Everyone. You said that despair is as contagious as any disease.
however,
But the same is true of hope. All you have to do is look at us to see how true that is. Kyoko?
No.
Stop it. Stop. I hate those faces you're making. See those awful looks cause me nothing
There's
but pain.
one last thing.
If you guys want to get all hung up on the word hope, that's no skin off my nose. But just be warned, from this point on, one despair after another will stand in your way. No matter where you run, no matter where you hide, maybe you'll find some hope. But there's a very fine line dividing that hope from bitter despair. Knowing that, you still plan to cling to your hope? Of course, because we...
It's fine.
Shut up. There was a rhetorical question. You interrupted my monologue. I'm almost done though, so whatever. Because it's almost punishment time, right?
Can't be.
Do you really intend to go through with this? That was the agreement, right? Hold on. It's not like I want you to die. You don't have to...
Stop it! How many
What?
times do I have to tell you?
The act of living brings me no hope at all. All I want to do now is taste that despair of death that you only get once in a life, so...
Get in my way.
Look at those crazy eyes.
So this is how the despair of death feels. It's so wonderful. Even a tenth of this despair, even 100th. I want every last soul on this planet to taste such despair. I want the entire world to die with that despair in its mouth.
Okay.
Let's do this. I've reserved an extra special punishment for last. Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Guilty. You didn't even have to drag her off. Would have been more fun if you did, though. Is it the rocket thing again? It's the crushy thing again. The ultimate punishment. The 1,000 blows. Are you just going to take all of them at once? How did you survive the first one? How is she handling all these punishments? She's not coming back from that one, I don't think. Wait, what? And that's how everything came to an end. Final class trial. Junko Inoshima, the ultimate despair. Life at Hope's Peak Academy. It was all over. Dunsky. Now what? Just what I always wanted. But even after saying it was all over, it's not like the building exploded or collapsed in on itself or anything. That wasn't the kind of ending waiting for us. Nothing changed. Well, with one exception. The air purifiers turned off. Just like Junko said. They shut off immediately. That was the only difference. Apparently it's epilogue time. We left the courtroom and made our way to the main hall. We stood in front of the door. Nobody made a sound. I felt almost absent-minded. This was our epilogue before the final ending. We were stuck there in limbo, unmoving, unsure. But, in the end...
Hey.
We can't just stand around like this forever. At some point we need to leave. To nobody's surprise, it was Kyoko who broke the silence. Would you do the honors? Okay. As if awakened by Kyoko's words, I took out the object we'd gotten. Up until the moment of her death, it had belonged to Junko. And in the end, she dropped it before us.
So,
But is that really it? Is that really the key to this door?
Indeed.
You don't have to read into what she said too much to find the answer.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
In other words,
I'll force you out. She said that just before dropping that. It makes sense that would be our way out of here. You never know, maybe it's actually a switch that's going to make the school self-destruct. I mean, Junko never specifically said she'd let us leave here alive.
it's true.
You may be right about that. Maybe?
Yes.
Not even so, it's impossible to think that we wouldn't take our chances with it. Yeah, I guess that's true. There's nothing to worry about.
Beautiful scissors!
If something ever happened to Master, I'd take my scissors and jam them so far up. Where's the courtroom? Where's the mastermind? It's all over. We're just about to leave the school. What? Leave? We can go outside? That then means me and Master can get married? And then he'll give me a little jewel of a baby?
Enough.
Please stop. That would be a greater horror than anything I've encountered so far.
Anyway,
Don't worry, I have no doubt that we'll be able to leave here without a problem. It's what happens after we get out I'm worried about. But you know, in the end, I think part of me still thinks... Maybe when we get out, we'll see that everything she said about the world was a lie. And on the other side of this door is a world as peaceful as we remember. A lie. Peaceful as we remember. No matter what it looks like, it's still our world. It's where we're meant to live. Yeah, I guess so. How do I put this? Unlike the school, the world is really big, right? Since it's so big, I'm sure there must be some despair no matter what. But there also has to be lots of hope,
in
right?
other words,
The act of searching for hope to try and find it, that by itself is the true meaning of hope. As long as you have that hope, you can keep moving forward no matter what trouble you
Am
may
I
fall
wrong?
into. Is that what you mean, Makoto? Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I don't need any of you to spell that out for me. You know, Junko mentioned that there was still others out there who hadn't cast away hope just yet. Maybe I should find them and make them work for me. To rebuild the world, we must first rebuild the Tagami dynasty. Oh my god. I'll go with you. I'll follow you anywhere you want to go.
You got it.
My first stop is going to be the closest donut shop. I can figure out the rest from there.
Hey.
And what are you going to do if there are no more donut shops? Or donuts?
Okay.
I'll just get some flour and make some myself. And if there's no flour, I'll just grow some wheat. I get it now. If there's no road, you just gotta build one. Creation. Fate is telling me to remake the world. That's my hope.
How about that?
I've reached the next stage. The next chapter of Yasuhiro Hagakure's life story is about to begin. Thanks, Hina. You totally opened my eyes. Hey, personal space, buddy. You're seriously creeping me out.
Makoto.
Come on, Makoto. Even if everyone in the outside world is gone, even if the world is steeped in despair, as long as I have people like you around, I can face forward and keep moving. If we can get out there and do something, have some sort of impact. But what can we do? There's so few of us and we're so small, what can we do? No, we can probably do anything. Yeah, we can do anything.
Well, I guess this is goodbye. And goodbye to Sakura. But hey, if we gotta say goodbye, we may as well do it with a smile on our face.
Hey guys! You guys want your fortunes told anywhere, anytime. You just let me know. I'll be there.
You know how much I hate being annoyed, but if something does come up, you may as well let me know. I can't guarantee I'll actually bother listening, but, you know.
I don't know why, but I have a burning desire to start writing. I might be able to pull it off. A story about Master and me, and the others, I guess.
I can't say I'm sorry about what happened, but still, it does feel kind of strange.
I really don't know what to say. I guess we graduated?
I guess. Looks like hope really is spreading. As long as I never give up. I have to push even harder. I'm gonna keep moving forward with hope in my heart. Since I have hope, I can show courage. Since I have hope, I can move ahead. The world can move ahead. The door began to open. With my hands, with our hands, hope and despair mingled together, opening the door to the future. How ruined is it out there? Guess you're about to find out. Are you serious? We're not even gonna get to see. Come on. Well, I'm gonna hang around, just let the credits roll just in case we see other stuff about what's going on out there. But I'm gonna wrap the episode up here and let it all run. Hope you guys enjoyed the series. There's plenty more to come like it. After this one will probably be Shadow of Destiny. Hope you guys are looking forward to that. Hope you guys enjoyed the series. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.
Interesting. Things are getting very interesting indeed. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not a teddy bear. I am Monokuma. And I am this school's headmaster.